Okay, there's all the tokens. Everybody ready to play?
Yep.
Sounds great.
Do it.
I'll probably keep sharing my screen in case we need to pull up rule stuff.
Okay, step 1, everyone get rid of 2 characters.
Cognac's cast.
All right.
Fireball.
I pick Grug and Saren. Yeah.
Do this Elden Ring style, just like then you don't even get a chance out the gate.
You didn't say 2 of my characters, so.
All right, so you all aren't actually on this map yet. Where you all actually are is getting ready to attend a wedding. There's celebrating a new union of 2 Shud folk, because that's what the people of the Shudder Mountains call themselves, is the Shud folk. So many of the Shud folk are interrelated by blood or marriage, and it's likely that you share family ties with the bride or groom, or both, and potentially each other. So because you're attending a social function, there's some of your weapons and equipment you won't actually have with you. They'll be in your house. So your weapons will be restricted to stuff like belt daggers and maybe staves if you happen to use them as your walking stick. Some of the bigger items, like you probably didn't bring your farm animals with you to the wedding. Oh no, just lost my spot.
Becky Life's a good show.
But if you can come up with a good reason for having an unusual item with you, then you can keep it basically for when the adventure starts. So an example would be, I was going to loan this 10 feet of chain to Paul Coggins to help that stump out. So if you feel like you really want to keep any of your stuff that can't easily fit into your satchels, then you can do that now, or you can just roll with it. But yeah, farm animals, carts, anything big like that are probably not with you. Anybody want to make any arguments for keeping anything, or is everybody good with their inventory as it stands?
I think we're good.
I mean, I don't know if we need to justify like certain small things, like my blacksmith. I don't know if it's a big deal if he just like has like his utility belt with some of his basic stuff. Like, well, steel tongs might not necessarily be small, huh?
I think it's reasonable that like you probably, especially since you have a small sack, you might just keep it with you.
You might have an everyday carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess I have steel tongs and I bought some chalk and an iron spike. You might not necessarily carry the iron spike, but
yeah, and you don't need to remove it from your inventory or anything like that. It's just, you are attending a wedding, so think about that. So everybody's good with their inventory.
I'm gonna argue that
I have to read this in a nice southern accent to get the feel going. It was a glorious day in the mountains for a wedding. Ivy Newcomb made a stunning bride dressed in her granddame's white lace dress, and Tom Dankers, despite a nervous sweat that puts a hog to shame, spoke of his love for his bride-to-be in a manner that made even the old ladies sigh. When Bra Gagers announced that the couple husband and wife in the eyes... When Brar Gagers announced the couple husband and wife in the eyes of the sovereign, a cheer went up that echoed clear across Hardscrabble Valley. The party afterwards worked hard to outdo the wedding that came afore it. Jam Ranson and his 3 sons reeled out song after song on fiddle, fife, and drum as the guests whirled and stomped on the dance field. Grammy Hopyard gave the newlyweds a good luck quilt sewn from patches donated by all the families in the valley. Son Carver and Clem Wills worked hard, dishing out heaps of food for the hungry guests, and it wasn't too long before jugs of good, strong stump whiskey started making the rounds. In fact, that's where your current problem might have started. Your last clear thought was taking a swig of particularly potent liquor from an odd-colored jug, a brew that burned hot on its way down and left the taste of ginger in the mouth. Now, you find yourself lying face down in starchy, stiff grass gone yellow from drought. The raucous sounds of the party are nowhere to be heard, and aside from a few groans that tell you you're not the only one suffering from hearty drink, the air is quiet and still. Raising your head, you look about you to find yourself in a common yard stretched out before 4 ramshackle-looking log cabins. Deep woods surround the clearing on 3 sides, and a hillside holding terraced plots of dried, dusty corn rises up to the west. Several other people, their faces familiar from the wedding, lie splayed out on the ground around you, looking about with similar befuddled eyes. So you were at the wedding. You took a drink, and you woke up with a hangover.
Been there.
Yep.
Yeah. And so when we look around, these are not our houses, correct?
Correct. You have never been here before.
Okay. With Omar being a hunter, and traveling them hills to find that game, does he have a better chance of like recognizing, or at least getting something about where maybe he is?
Doesn't matter how traveled you are, you don't recognize this space.
Okay.
Yeah. Does dry grass match the rest of the scenario since we got a couple of farmers? Have we been having drought in town?
I don't believe there's been a drought in your hometown, no.
Uh-oh.
Well, who the hell been working these fields?
Get right back in that Kentucky accent, I hear.
Hey, easy now.
The buildings around us, do they have any like markings, like signs or anything? Do they look like homes? Do they look like any of them look like storefronts or anything like that?
No, they all look like homes. And as far as markings go, I think the cabin 1-2, its door is marred by a weird glyph in fading paint. But other than that, they just look like regular homes. Although it looks like 1-4 is a little is close to collapsing.
I think Vera is closest to 1-5. She's gonna just kind of groggily get up and walk over towards that front porch looking thing. And does she see any windows?
Yeah, there's a couple, but what does everybody else do when Vera starts walking?
Mike's gonna go look at those glyphs on 1-2.
It's a really interesting area. We also have
Dorn's gonna go with him.
If you're having trouble moving your tokens, you might need to make sure you're in token select mode, which at top left there's a bunch of control icons. So the pawn is token control, and then under that is select tokens.
Okay. Mike's there. And then I think Egbert's gonna go look at some of this corn and see what he thinks. As I find Egbert, I'm gonna pretend the corn's up north, but wherever he said the corn was.
No, the corn's over here.
He's gonna go over there.
The hole.
Whoa, where's Egbert going?
6. Is that like obvious from just like where we wake up? Is it clear that there's just like a hole in the ground?
Yes.
Is it like a well, or is it?
Is it a radish hole?
Well, yes.
We're gonna have Linda go look at the.
Boog is going to take a deep drink from his water skin to try and shake off some of the headache, but also go check to see if it's a well and see if he could refill the water skin to share.
Oh, too many windows.
Benedict's gonna join Vera. I think Omar's just gonna. Omar's gonna just watch the chaos for a few minutes, just try to figure out what's going on.
I think all of Koei's characters are just fighting the hangover.
Don't fight it.
So when you all start moving around and looking at stuff, the still air is broken by a peculiar bird cry sounding from the dark forest. A shrill call of "Rek-a-ca-caw, rek-a-ca-caw" echoes across the clearing, followed immediately by the sound of winds rushing through the boles. Strangely, the leaves stand unmoving on their branches. Moments later, intangible figures, swirling like mist, slither from the trees toward you. Pairs of burning green eyes filled with hate glare at you like emerald cinders.
Uh-oh.
So,
James, I love the
Yep.
fact that even the crow call was southern.
yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, it's got to be, obviously a southern crow is going to have a southern accent, so.
Okay.
Where did
Maybe
my-
Linda will go pick up this giant saucepan up in the woods. No.
I think Theodore and Omar at the site are going to take a hard run towards cover of the houses. Theodore towards 1-2 and Omar towards 1-5.
Yeah, Jimbo's gonna get.
I think I just deleted my phantom when I tried to duplicate my phantom. 1 second.
I don't think we see the phantom.
What'd you say?
So I don't think I see a phantom.
No, I was trying to, because I had one made and I needed to duplicate, and I think I actually deleted it, so I got to remake it. One short second. All right. So first I need to, if you all right click on your tokens, do you see a cross sword with a shield icon?
Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and click that on all your tokens so I don't have to. And that adds them to the combat tracker, which is the cross swords icon on the top right.
Oh boy. Linda, there you are.
What are we supposed to be doing? I'm sorry.
Right click on your token and click the cross sword and shield icon.
Okay. Sorry, I heard half of that and my brain checked out for a second and then came back.
All right, everybody on the combat tracker.
I think so.
Roll all initiatives.
Just keep coming.
All right, so what just happened there? Okay. So this first phantom that moves in, so let's see, who has the lowest luck? I'm pretty sure it's one of Kowai's characters who had the -4.
Oh boy.
Luck.
Yeah, it's Groog. Groog has a 4. So this phantom's gonna go straight for Groog. So to target something, you when you have your token selected, since you have multiple tokens, you have to make sure you have the right one selected. You control click whatever your target, or no, it's not control click. Is it? Maybe it is for you, but not for me. Hold on. There's a target icon, but that's okay. There is a shortcut key for it, but you can also right click on a token and there's a little target icon as well. But so the phantom is targeting Groog, and he reaches out with his vague ethereal hands and just tries to grab hold of Groog. And so he hits Groog's AC and deals him 1 point of damage.
That's too many.
Jax, you're up. So you don't have actions and bonus actions. You just have move and one action. So one action is either attacking or interacting with an item. There's a couple different things, but in general, just play and I'll tell you what you can and can't do.
Yeah, well, seeing as we woke up without no fancy stabbing weapons, stabbing implements,
Dabblements, as we call them.
Stablements.
really terrifying knowing how little HP they have. Like,
Fine, we gotta kill these phantoms though.
Well, and everyone
you know
dies
what?
at some time.
yeah, Jax doesn't want to deal with this crap, but he. No, she. We're going with she. We're doing it.
Today. No.
So how do we attack with
So on your character sheet, there's a little dice next to your pitchfork. You probably don't have your pitchfork, but you can
yeah,
still
we don't
roll
have
that.
the pitchfork.
Yeah, so you can just do your strength check. So you just click the strength word.
Are we supposed to do that while targeting?
I thought I had a target.
That's fine. So while you do hit him, your hand just passes through harmlessly.
Well.
So do you do anything else? Oh no. Okay, you pass turn. All right. So it is this phantom's turn. He's also going for poor Groog.
They get your characters to survive. You let all Kuwait die. It's fine.
I mean, they target lowest luck first, and Koei rolled the lowest luck. It's his fault, not mine. So he hits Groog for 2 points of damage, and Groog is dead.
Oh no!
He was my favorite.
Poor Groog.
So
Probably had Kuwait and tell him Groog's dead.
When the phantom slashes through him, the Groog's flesh dries out and cracks like corn husks in a drought. His blood flowing into his blood flows into the phantom and makes the phantom momentarily visible.
Oh boy. I think this is the part where you just start screaming and running, right?
Not a bad plan.
Gregathy is going to run away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he makes it onto the porch. And Dorn is up.
Dorn wants no part of this.
Each square is 5, right?
Yep.
Hell out of here.
Oh.
So next phantom is this one. And I think Grog has the next lowest luck with 5. So Grog takes 1 point of damage from as his essence is slightly drained.
I like how we have Grog and Groggery.
The family.
They're pronounced slightly differently, so you can really tell if you hit the southern accent pretty hard, because you got Grog and Grogery.
We just didn't want to name him Grog Jr.
Right.
And Grogery will also run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think he makes it into 1-5, but I'll whenever one of you all actually makes it in there, I'll read the description. Lars.
What is Lars gonna do? Lars is gonna run towards Jimbo, I think.
Hi.
Are the diagonals like the
5.
two?
No, I think it's because this game is not actually designed for mini combat in general, so you just go.
Okay.
It's definitely built around like old school theater of the mind stuff, so don't worry about it too much.
Okay. Well, Lars is gonna run towards the building that Jimbo was at
Okay.
1-1.
And then there's an arrow at the bottom right to pass to the next turn. Mike.
Mike is going to try to enter this cabin. Hello. 1, 2.
So Koei, you lost a character already.
Nice.
They you're being attacked by phantoms, and they attacked lowest luck first, and poor Groog was the lowest luck.
Groog.
Yeah, your character names are Grog, Gregathy, Groggery, and Groog. The only thing I didn't, I mean, obviously you can change your names, but I didn't pick your alignments. And next time it's one of your turns, I'll read you the description of what's happened. Which actually is about to be right now.
Alignment is super evil.
Is that it for Mike's turn?
Yeah, he's
Running
trying to
into
go in
1-2?
the building. Yep.
Okay. And yep, Koi is connected now. So I'm gonna reread the start. So everyone was attending a wedding of someone in the holler. So it was a glorious day in the mountains for a wedding. Ivy Newcomb made a stunning bride dressed in her granddame's white lace dress, and Tim Dankers, despite a nervous sweat that puts a hog to shame, spoke of his love for his bride-to-be in a manner that made even the old ladies sigh. When Braw Gagers announced the couple husband and wife in the eyes of the sovereign, a cheer went up that echoed clear across Hardscrabble Valley. The party afterwards worked hard to outdo the wedding that came afore it. Jam Rance and his 3 sons reeled out song after song on fiddle, fife, and drum as the guests whirled and stomped on the dance field. Grammy Hopyard gave the newlyweds a good luck quilt sewn from patches donated by all the families in the valley. Son Carver and Clem Wills worked hard, dishing out heaps of food for the hungry guests, and it wasn't too long before jugs of good, strong stump whiskey started making the rounds. In fact, that's where your current problem might have started. Your last clear thought was taking a swig of particularly potent liquor from an odd-colored jug, a brew that burned hot on its way down and left the taste of ginger in the mouth. Now you find yourself lying face down in starchy stiff grass gone yellow from drought. The raucous sounds of the party are nowhere to be heard, and aside from a few groans that tell you you're not the only one suffering from hearty drink, the air is quiet and still. Raising your head, you look about to find yourself in a common yard stretched out for 4 ramshackle-looking log cabins. Deep woods surround the clearing on 3 sides, and a hillside holding terrace plots of dry, dusty corn rises up to the west. Several other people, their faces familiar from the wedding, lie splayed out on the ground around you, looking about with similar befuddled eyes. So everybody woke up, kind of got their bearings. Even the hunters and trappers in the party, no one recognizes this area whatsoever. And a drought is not currently affecting your home valley, so the fact that this area is suffering a drought is also like you are somewhere else. People started moving around, checking out these cabins that are surrounding you, and as people started moving, the still air is broken by a peculiar bird cry sounding from the dark forest. A shrill call of ruck-a-caw, ruck-a-caw echoes across the clearing, followed immediately by the sound of winds rushing through the boles. Strangely, the leaves stand unmoving on their branches. Moments later, intangible figures, swirling like mist, slither from the trees toward you. Pairs of burning green eyes filled with hate glare at you like emerald cinders. So that's the phantoms. They just kind of swooped out of the trees, basically, and went straight for poor Groog and are now fighting poor Grog. And so Mike just... Groggery has run into 1-5. Mike has run into 1-2. So in 1-5, another weather-beaten log cabin occupies this end of the common yard. A roofed porch spans the front of the cabin, granting some protection against the sun and the rain. The front door hangs askew on a single hinge, and a crudely fashioned child's rocking horse stands beside the short flight of log steps leading to the portico. And as far as inside of 1-5, the ceiling of the loft is covered with childish pictures drawn on in some dark substance that you'll have to figure out. And you'll have to study those, but you can't really do that in combat to see what the pictures show. And then there is some like various bric-a-brac in that cabin. 1-2. A slant-roofed log cabin with rough-formed porch looks upon the yard from this place. The roof is saddle-backed with age, and the shake-roof shingles are split and cracked, but otherwise seems intact. A hewn wood door blocks the entrance, its exterior face marred by a weird glyph and fading paint. So that was the only like distinguishing factor across the different cabins. 1-2 has this weird glyph on it, and 1-4 is like half collapsed. When you go inside of 1-2, you see a wood pile, a hearth, with a wood pile next to the hearth, and some other interesting bric-a-brac. But you have to do some searching when you're not being assaulted by phantoms.
Would I be able to shut the door and secure it behind me as an action, or is that too much?
As an action, yes. But that will shut out anybody coming behind you.
Well, that's good for me. It's more for the ghouls to eat. Mike is chaotic.
Does Mike do that? Does Mike shut the door behind him?
That's what Mike does.
Okay. So then you can click the next turn button.
Turn button.
All right, Grog. Oh, Jax tried to punch a phantom, and her hand just went straight through it. If you're talking, Kawhi, we don't hear you.
So no one successfully hurt the phantom?
Nope.
And you don't have weapons unless you can think of a reason because
Yes.
we're at a wedding.
Yeah, since you're going to a wedding, you probably don't have your pitchfork with you.
Has anybody tried talking yet?
No, the villagers did not try to entreaty with the phantoms.
I will say, what disturbs you, oh, abundant phantoms?
It just replies with a maddening cackle.
Yeah, I think it also should be noted that they acted before we did and immediately attacked.
Well, maybe I'll... I draw the arrow again. Dang it.
I think the shortcut is... No, it's not shift.
Oh, control. Am I not supposed to know about the stuff in the bottom left corner?
It should be fogged off in the bottom left corner.
It is not. For me, anyway.
Yeah, that's whatever that is.
Oh, that's fine. I guess maybe I'd run to the southeast, since there's not a whole lot of people there. It's a somewhat clear path. And this is a wheat farmer, so I can move 30 feet. I can't really sprint or anything, can I?
Nope.
No. Okay. Right there. I try. I'm a goose, that's funny. Some kind of knowledge or history check on fighting phantoms.
So your why am I watching an ad? So your profession is wheat farmer. Yeah, you could roll an intelligence check to see if you've heard any stories or legends about it.
Big 7.
Hunger, can you move your camera down to the bottom left so I can see what you see down there? Yeah, why isn't that fogged off?
Oh, you want me to?
No, you're good. You zoomed out enough that I could see.
Excuse me.
James, I'm impressed your country accent is still pretty intact.
I never really had one myself.
But I mean, you can still impersonate it.
Once you've been to the hills, you don't forget the hills.
There you go.
I did go to school in Moorhead, so...
You did. That is the edge of civilization in Kentucky for sure.
Did we? I'm sorry. Is it like daytime or like is the sun high or is it like dusk or?
I think it's probably dusk. It's not the middle of the night.
Did I get anything back on that intelligence check or no?
No, you did not.
Okay.
The fog of war worked in the other, worked last week, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Because most of the castle was hidden or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could it just be this particular map or something?
So I think Boog is gonna run up to the 1-5 building kind of with this cluster of people and try and follow inside or whatever for just trying to flee. There's some fog of war.
There's some fog of war.
There we go. Okay, there was one thing I needed to click. Sorry, what did Boog do? Just run towards 1-5?
He went to try and run inside 1-5 with this group of people.
Okay. Jimbo?
Jimbo. Let me see, where's Jimbo?
Jimbo's down at 1-1.
Yeah.
Lars basically ran by into the building.
I think Jimbo's just gonna follow him in.
Thank you, James,
think
for
we've already had
the
this one
subscription. I definitely appreciate that.
Described, haven't we?
No, not 1-1. A decayed-looking cabin, lacking a porch, stands at this point overlooking the yard. A pair of shattered windows flank an open doorway leading into the gloomy interior. The split-shake roof and chinked log walls hold a slight green tinge as if moss clings to the exterior.
Is this 1-4?
1-1.
That's 1-1.
Oh, okay. Did we get the description for 1-5?
Yes. 1-5 has weird things drawn on the ceiling.
Okay.
Is that it for Jimbo?
Yeah, let me hit the end turn button.
Omar?
Well, Omar is going to run into 1-5 after Groggery. And so for the interior, what, not necessarily ceiling, but is there, when he gets in there, what does he see, like cabinets, or is there anything?
Yeah, there's a bunch of random stuff in there if you want to just try to look for something useful.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a weapon, so he wants to find something to defend himself with.
Roll a d10.
Roll a d10. That's this one. Roll.
So you find a particularly big piece of firewood in the firewood stack that you can add to your inventory as a club.
So just add a club to my inventory.
Yep.
All right, and intern.
Mendeln.
Oh. Well, none of this is looking like the times. Mendon is gonna pick off for 1-5.
Do you also do what Omar was doing and look for something useful?
Yes, he's gonna go in and try and find something.
Hey,
Just go
D10.
through cabinets and drawers.
You find some cornmeal and dried meat.
Awesome.
Pocket cornmeal.
Egbert?
Hearing all the assuming screaming, Egbert's going into the wood or into the corn. Something like that.
5 terraces are carved into the steep hillside and reinforced with fallen logs against erosion. Like a ladder, these plots ascend some 30 feet up the embankment. Each plot is filled with dense stands of tired-looking corn stalks, their ears shriveled and their husks like parchment from long drought. A ragged-looking scarecrow peers over the heads of the dried stalks at the uppermost tier, looking down on the farm like a forgotten god.
Don't they know corn can't grow in terraces? No wonder it looks like this. Yeah.
Be careful, you're going to have to keep that accent the entire time we play these characters.
Egbert's got 1 HP. I think I'll be all right.
All right, so this phantom. Let's see, can it get to Grog? Yes, it can. Grog takes 5 points of damage. Grog is dead.
See you guys on the next one.
All right, so Grog had luck 5. Who's got the next lowest luck?
I've got a
Lars.
9 on
Lars
Egbert.
has 7, and he ran into the building and won 1.
I got Jimbo
who's-
with a 7.
they're both right there
Lars.
together.
Oops.
Okay.
That's the
who's-
definition of luck.
Anybody have an 8?
One second. Standing on my carrot.
Dang, you got a lot of. I got Talus with a 9.
Yeah, Egbert's got a 9 in the corn.
Dorn's got an 8.
My lowest.
Dorn's
is
got an
11.
8. I think that means Dorn is up next. Alright, so this Phantom's going for Dorn.
No!
So it goes past the 7s.
Yes, it does go past the 7s. Alright, so gets a 6, so he misses Dorn.
Power of money.
So this one can't quite get to him, but this one swoops over towards Dorn as well. Saren?
Well, 1, 2. What's going on the side of 1, 2? Is there a window over here?
Not on that side, I think, because that's the side where the chimney is. But around the back there might be.
Go to right there looking for windows to try and
Yep.
hop in the house
should
that
be
might...
Yeah, you should be able to jump through a window.
Alright, I'm gonna jump in through a window into 1, 2.
Why, hello!
Unlock the damn door!
There's ghosts!
I'll be for that interaction.
Theodort?
So she's there. They are right outside that door. Is it actually locked or is it just closed?
It just being held shut by Mike, I think.
Yeah, I just was... Yeah.
You some bitch, let me in! As they try to open up the door.
My strength is -2, so I don't know how this works.
If you're actively trying to keep the door shut, then you just both roll strength to see if you push the door in or not.
So just grab the strength button and
Drop it into chat?
or
No.
no.
Does it work if you just click it?
Ah.
Ah.
Oh, sorry.
Ah.
I don't know how I did that so much. But you beat me both of them, so.
So Theodort is just stuck outside.
Yeah, that is their fate. Linda.
Linda, let's see. What's Linda gonna do? Simple radish farmer. She was looking at a hole. No, she's just here. I don't think she's got anything.
She had a front row seat to the first
Yeah,
death.
to the death. Go over here because I see somebody's having a problem with the door.
I just
No, that's
imagine the Benny Hill
Theodort who's
music
having a problem with the door.
Yeah, he was
I see
saying
what
he
you mean.
went
You're
the
going
other
the
way.
other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
All right, Vera.
She's going to. She's not very smart, so she thinks there's way too many people on this side, so she's gonna try to go by herself a little bit and move 30 feet this way. Oh, I guess I could click on her and do that. Oop. So there. Okay.
Okay, what's that shortcut?
Control.
And
Hunger selected it from the menu itself. There's a measurement controls window icon on the left side, but control is the.
And her being a righteous heart, she's just gonna say a little prayer to the sovereign and say, "Protect me."
So the sovereign, by the way, so the Shudfolk worship, or unlike everyone else in the land, the Shudfolk are monotheistic, but if they were to hear of someone worshiping any of the Watchers or anything like that, then they are fine with it. They're actually quite tolerant because they just assume the sovereign is actually like that they made the Watchers. They just
It's
hold
the
one
Morning
god
Lord.
above all the others. Yeah, kinda. So.
As long as it's not he who walks behind the road. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to. I'd take a little bit more time to think about who she would follow, but she prays a little bit, and
Yeah,
that's her
by
turn.
default, any random Shudfolk would definitely just pray to the sovereign. Whether or not that's actually just the Forge Father or not is a matter for the theologians to discuss. Adder?
It is Adder's go. What does Adder do? He definitely doesn't have a weapon. So, he's gonna run towards 1-1 as well. And then he doesn't have anything on him necessarily that'd be super helpful right now. Can he see inside 1-1 if there's anything like laying around? Because I think he'd be a little bit more inclined to defend himself.
I don't think 1-1 has any helpful items in it, no.
Okay. Then he's just gonna go in there with these two and chill. Talus. Am I able to light a torch as an action?
Yeah.
So I think Talus is gonna pull out his torch, light it, and just kind of swing it in the face of the phantom in front of him.
Okay. So just make a strength check. So that'll miss.
And then I guess since that failed, he's gonna run towards 1-1 as well.
Okay. And Benedict.
Benedict is going to push into this 1-5 as well. pull out his knife, but he's going to stay close to this window if he can. So that he either has a means of watching or potentially escaping.
Okay.
And it's back to the top.
Okay, so when because Lars, Jimbo, and Adder, or Lars and Jimbo definitely made it in, but did Adder make it in, or was he not quite close enough?
Let me double check here. Oh. Yeah, Adder and Talus didn't quite make it in.
Okay. Drawn templates, people. So just before Adder and Talus can get there, the door slams shut, and you hear shrieking and sizzling from inside as Jimbo and Lars, the whole building fills with acid.
Uh-oh. 4
Um,
HP.
So make a fortitude save, Jimbo and Lars. So Jimbo takes 19 damage.
Well, we can close that sheet.
There's nothing left of him. He's just
He was an
sludge.
orphan anyway, it's fine.
Goodness.
Poor Jimbo.
Does Lars take half that?
No, Lars, I guess manages to just resist
Depends on
the
Jimbo.
acid.
I just wade through it while the other
Yeah.
guy turns to sludge.
He actually
So,
used it as a shield.
But like what you see, like now that you're inside of there and these juices are flowing from the outside, you get the distinct feeling that you're inside. Like the walls are kind of flexing. It's like a living thing. And that moss is actually like this is basically like a pitcher plant shaped like a cabin.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, okay. It's terrifying.
Phantom 24 is going to go for Dorn. Can't quite get there. And then Jax.
This is awesome. Poor damn Jimbo.
Well, she took a shot. He's gonna go over here, and she is just going to barrel kick into that door. So, strength check against.
How loud were those screams?
The screams were extremely loud.
Okay.
I can't imagine that Jimbo being digested by stomach acid was a quiet death.
Oh, and then Lars is just screaming, watching. He didn't
Yeah.
melt. He just watched a dude melt.
I mean, he's probably feel like his skin is itchy. Like he knows he's next.
Which is probably worse.
Yeah.
Did I really just roll a 1 on that strength check?
What are we trying to do?
Kick the
He's trying to
door
kick the
in.
door in.
He tried to do a big old flying kick and just bounced.
Wait. We can... Yeah, I rolled an 8. Ha.
Yeah, he could have rolled less than a 1.
Oh, Jax is also a halfling, so that would have been entertaining, right?
So, however, we do need to see.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you damage your shoe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's like critical failures here.
Yeah.
That's like half a month's wages, though.
Not for Dorns.
If Dorn lives.
Are you the rich peasant?
Come on, Dorn.
He's a merchant. What's your AC?
Dorn's AC is 10.
Fucking
So
capitalist.
the phantom. Oh yeah, Koi hasn't heard what happens when a phantom kills you. So the phantom like grabs him and then starts sucking his essence out. His flesh dries out and cracks like corn husks in a drought. His blood flows into his slayer, and so when the blood flows in and they become more visible, they look kind of like extremely ragged peasants as well when they're like sucking that essence in. So big loot drop over here.
Oh,
Yep.
shit. Except of terror.
Goregathy. So you're on the porch of 1-5, so you can go inside and start rifling through cabinets.
Has anybody checked the well yet?
No.
Yeah, do that.
A low wall of field stones mortared together with cracked clay indicates the presence of a well at this location. The well is a simple affair, lacking roof, cover, or winch, and stands open to the sallow sky. A tin bucket with a severed strand of rope lies beside it.
Oh shit.
Also, the bucket has holes.
Oh yeah.
How long is the rope? 6 inches.
6 inches. Nothing else of interest, I guess.
Mm-mm.
I do have a deer pelt candle.
Is that it for Gregathy?
Could I fashion my deer pelt in such a way to try and pull water up with that?
When you look down, there's not water. Like the well is dry. Basically, you can see down to the bottom of the well.
Oh, well.
Well,
Oh, I
Well.
punned there and I didn't even mean to. Shit.
you're a poet, didn't realize it.
Yeah, I guess I'm done. End turn.
All right, so let's see who is. We got Talus with a 9, Adder with a 15, Egbert with a 9, Theodort has a 15, Linda has a 13, Gregathy has a 15. A lot of good luck scores actually. Gray has a 17. Okay, so it's going to be Egbert or Talus. Looks like.
Not Egbert.
I believe that's a miss. Yeah, so Talus is missed, luckily. And then it's Grogry's turn. I'm use the bathroom.
Not feeling too good about surviving this.
Mike's okay.
The asshole.
Hopefully these just have a preset kill count and we'll stop.
All right, I couldn't hear. What does Gregory do?
I was doing a search thing.
Okay, roll a d10.
I did.
You find an out-of-tune fiddle.
Fuck yeah.
Devil went down to Georgia.
Start playing a song.
Out of tune. So is that it for Gregory?
Yeah, I don't like that the combat tracker is on the same thing as the chat.
If you right click it, it'll pop out. If you right click the cross swords.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
awesome.
And you can put it in a new window too.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
If you put it in a new window, does it just still talk to the thing?
Yep.
That's
The
the coolest.
power.
Okay, so at this point, the building of 1-1, the doors are closed. It's filling with acid.
Yep.
And corpses.
I guess. Is
I mean,
there a window?
Hey, Jimbo left
there
a
are windows,
doll
but
and
they are
some
they are
gold.
shuttered.
They are shuttered windows. Okay.
And from the inside, they're covered in that same moss. So maybe you could try to break it open.
Okay. So is this like an excessive amount of acid, or is it just like the floor is filling? Like, is there could he
It's
be
an
playing?
excessive amount of acid.
Okay, I didn't know if you could start playing the floor is lava type deal here and standing on things to avoid it. I guess we're gonna try and just bust the door down. I don't really know what else to do in this building.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
Yeah, you are not successful.
Cool. Well, bye, Lars. Nice knowing you.
He could pass his save again.
Suppose.
Don't give up on him.
Mike, do you keep holding the door shut?
Mike is instead going to look for something to... Oh, he's got a dagger. He's going to pull his dagger out. He's going to let Theodore in and shut the door behind him.
Okay.
Is the plan.
Is Theodore not Jax?
I only see one person in the door.
There's two people right
It's
there.
Theodore. There's two?
Yeah, Jack.
Well, then I let them
two.
both through, assuming
right
that
back.
they're like talking in people voices, and then then
Okay.
shut it back behind me. And then
Is that
stand
it for-
behind the door. Yeah, he's just gonna move. I gotta
Yeah.
get off the measurement tool. There. No. Move. Well, he's gonna move as soon as I figure this out, but I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
So there's only been
I
like
agree
two
with
of us
that.
to take a swing at him so far.
And
Yep.
1-2, the mark is on the door, right?
Yes. Boog.
I did it. Okay. There.
It's Boog's turn, whoever Boog's player is.
Is that Kyle?
No, it's not Kyle.
It's Jacob.
Sorry about that. Boog. What is Boog gonna do? Boog is gonna. I think he was able to really make it in, but if he didn't, he'll go in the building and he'll see the others had grabbed stuff, and he's gonna search for something as well.
Okay. You find a knife you can use as a dagger.
Okay. And then, yeah, that'll just be what he does.
Omar?
So Omar's taking a moment to secure a defensible position, grab a weapon, and now he's going to take... I think he's going to go on a similar path as Koi's character and just rack his brain for anything that, old wives' tales, stories, anything that may help him understand what's going on, and especially since he has the symbols on the ceiling in this run, if there's anything that triggers that kind of knowledge or memory or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So is that an intelligence roll?
I think I'm just gonna you're gonna study the drawings to see what you see.
Okay.
Okay. So the illustrations depict things that match stories you've heard of, horrible black magic rituals. There's also a series of pictures that show the arrival of someone that looks like a priest. And then in the pictures she is captured, her walking stick is broken, her holy symbol is thrown down the well, and then she is killed and tied to a scarecrow pole.
Okay. The whole time I'll be talking out loud so that Groggery, Boog, Mendel all hear me.
Yeah.
So, and that'll be my turn.
Mendel?
Oh, this is a nice mess we're in. Hmm. I think I'm going to continue my search for something that I can actually defend myself with.
Okay.
D8, right?
D10. You find a clay jug of liquor.
Well, if it
So I've
get
got-
you into this mess, it'll get you out.
Yeah, bit of hair of the dog.
I've got booze, cornmeal, and beef. Like beer battered steak fries.
Oh, I didn't even connect that you. Of course, you were the one who found the jerky.
Yep.
Our characters live off.
Alright, well, that's awesome. I'm just gonna walk into the other room with my corn squeeze and some meat.
Is it house jerky? Is it...
This character obviously follows Drac.
Egbert's
Yeah.
gonna keep walking up the hill towards this totally normal and not sinister, it all,
Scarecrow Priestley.
Yeah, this can only be good.
and maybe he'll take a good hard look at it.
Not yet from where you are, unfortunately. Because
That's fine.
each one of those log
Is
the
it like a fence?
yeah, well, it's the retaining walls, so you kind of have to clamber up and over 'em.
Okay. Do
And
I need to
then
move
it
back
is
or
still a
roll in it?
cornfield, so no, technically you just need to move back. Every time you cross one, it costs 5 feet of
Okay.
movement. But... And then it's also a cornfield, so
I'm
you
a
have
corn
to be-
farmer, so I'm
it doesn't let you. You don't have corn vision. That's not a feature of being a corn farmer.
I don't know.
So somebody's gonna have to do some extra work there, because that sounds like a feat he needs to be able to.
No feats in this system. So this phantom attacks
I've got
Talus
2 feet. I don't know
and
what you're talking
fails.
about.
This phantom, I think Egbert was the other low.
He had 9, but he's awful far away at least.
Yeah. So phantom flies over there.
Is he ignoring the fences?
Yeah, the phantoms fly. So
Oh no! Not Egbert.
Zarin.
Your sacrifice will be appreciated.
Okay, so Darren is going to. All my characters seem to be doing the same thing. Look for something to defend themselves.
Okay. Roll your d10. Oh, sorry. In that building, it is a d8.
Oh, it's a D8. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. You find a lantern and 3 flasks of oil.
You can burn
Hey,
it
I'll
down.
take that. Yeah.
Do you have anywhere to light the lantern?
What is that? Saren? Let me see real fast.
We've got a nice snowstorm going on right now.
Ah, I got flint and steel. We could totally light it. Aaron?
Theodore.
That's perfect, Coy. Mm.
You're inside now, so you search for helpful things, Theodore.
Oh, sorry. Theodore did not click in my head. I see the picture, automatically associate. I think she's gonna also take a quick search just to see if there's anything of
D8
use.
in that building.
Sorry for the. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't switch over.
So you find a piece of firewood that can be used as a club.
Okay. And that's the turn. Sorry.
So Saren is a corn farmer? Is that
What
right?
does Linda do?
Saren is a wheat farmer. I think Egbert is the corn farmer. The occupation table for the Shutter Mountains is a little different, and there's a lot of farmers as a result.
Oh,
Yeah, and Jax is a rice farmer.
we're a starchy bunch. 'Cause I'm a wheat farmer as well. Or I was a wheat farmer, I should say.
So what do we got? Wheat, potatoes, corn, rice.
I got radishes.
I think, yeah, someone's a
Radishes.
radish farmer. I think we
Hey.
covered all the farming classes. We
Important.
might have missed one.
We had most of the animals too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Grog's goose die, or is it just kind of wandering by his course?
You probably didn't bring the goose to the wedding, so the Grog's goose is still
no.
back at the
Don't
homestead.
Judge him.
The goose might want to drink too.
It said Grog +1.
We be in those hills.
I guess Linda's just gonna look in the well. Unless Gregerthy yelled out there's nothing in the well. I've got a
So when you
plus-
look looking in the well, you just see like it's not, the water is not up at the top.
Yeah.
There is water way down at the bottom that you could drop into, but it's way too far to reach with anything.
And I don't have anything. And yeah. I have a +1 to finding secret doors, but I don't think that helps. Then she'll just make her way to the 1-4 eventually. But that's it.
Vera?
Again, Vera's seeing all these people gathering up. She thinks it's gonna be easier to not do that. So she's gonna like get a little closer to this house on the side and just kind of inspect it as she goes up to it.
Okay. The cabin in a state of ongoing collapse stands away from the rest. Holes pierce its roof, and one of its walls leans ominously, bringing to mind a cringing dog awaiting the next blow. Blackened shutters, ratty, badly tanned hides cover windows facing the yard, and a crumbling stone stoop leads to its closed front door.
All right.
All right. Adder. What is Adder gonna do? Adder, because he heard the screams from inside the building, is going to try and rip open the doors to the building of 1-1.
Yep. Unfortunately, that you are unsuccessful.
Cool. And then he sees the two phantoms, and what's he gonna do? I guess he's gonna run. Except there's not really a good direction to run right now.
You can check out the burial grounds.
Yeah, because seeing a bunch of ghosts, it sounds like a good idea to run towards the tombstones.
We don't even know there's tombstones. It could just be like hands sticking up.
I think Adder's just gonna try and like run around the corner to put some space between the phantoms,
Okay.
and then that'll be his turn. Talus, being swung at, is gonna take his torch again and just keep swinging it in the Phantom's face, trying to get them to back off.
Boom.
Oh wow, a natural 20 that turns into a 19.
Are nat 20s like a critical success?
Yep.
We did it! It's a ghost that doesn't have ankles.
So you're he doesn't seem to take any damage from your hit. Your torch kind of passes through it, but it does kind of like fend it off, so it backs away.
Cool. Talus, after doing that, I guess is just going to basically run after Adder because it doesn't want to be alone. And that'll be the turn.
There are no attacks of opportunity in the system, by the way. Benedict?
Benedict, upon hearing what Omar said about the holy symbol being thrown down and all that, and seeing Gregory and Linda there, he's going to hop out the window and go and tell them there may be something of use at the bottom.
Okay.
You don't happen to have a rope, do you?
I have faith that you can do it.
I'm just a simple radish farmer.
Ours has rope, but he's trapped in the stomach of a house beast.
Yeah, common problems.
Mike's got a pole. Probably not on him, though. Probably. Yeah. Probably didn't take a 10-foot pole to the wedding.
Dorn has a backpack full of stuff that's just lying on the ground.
He's got a lot of floor meat and floor booze.
Is that it for Benedict then?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it is. That's about all they can do, right? The interaction and the moving.
Yeah. Lars, make your fortitude save again.
Oh no.
Got it.
Fortitude. Oh dang.
Yeah, you're just standing in acid. Your clothes are being eaten away, but your skin is somehow resistant. Alright, this phantom... Oh wait, no. Talus is in range.
Oh no. Oh no.
Talus takes 3 points of damage. Jax.
Well, yeah.
Or wait, actually, maybe we should stop there since we're at the top of a turn.
Top of the turn.
It's 4:27.
Okay.
That works.
It's 10:27.
Okay.
So
Get him, Koi.
you've lost 4 characters? 3 characters? 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 characters.
Has everybody lost one? No, Greg lost her. Quaid's lost 2.
Yeah.
How many did the other group lose?
They didn't get as they only had 1 like minor combat encounter so far.
Okay.
But I think they've lost 3. One died in a rock slide.
What was his name?
I don't remember what his name was.
His name? You remember his name.
I really, really don't. I'm sorry.
His name was Jevin.
Oh, right. Jevin died in a rock slide. I am going to be adding a new channel to the RPG section, which is going to be the Wall of Fallen Heroes with the description of how they were killed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, theirs didn't start with. First off, they were only rolling 3 characters a person, so it was a little faster to roll the characters. But theirs didn't start with a phantom assault immediately with 6 NPCs. So they found they were 2 corpses basically crucified on a hill, and then they came to life and attacked them.
Gonna have to talk to Yuri about the world he created.
This seems like it's probably Yanark's fault.
Yeah.
Blame everything on you, Nerk.
I mean,
I
to
think
be
that's a
fair,
good,
that's his purpose, right?
Drax like,
Mhm.
yeah, totally an orc.
And right as I was going in, Caveman is running out and I find the dead body. Kyle, can you explain why you killed them? Kyle, don't, no, come on.